Let's talk about gross profit in your business. So I've been working around businesses in the capacity of business coach for 6 years. And in 6 years, I have talked with hundreds of businesses. And in 6 years and hundreds of businesses, there is one business out of all those businesses that had their gross profit calculated correctly in their QuickBooks or their accounting software. So whether or not gross profit is accurate in your accounting software has to do with how you account for or record your cost of goods sold in your business. So I'd like to share a little bit of perspective on that. The reason most accountants, I won't speak for everybody, but the reason most accountants aren't terribly concerned about cost of goods actually being recorded accurately is because they're primarily focused on protecting you from a tax standpoint. And from a tax standpoint, what they are primarily concerned about is net profit. Yes, net profit is what we're after at the end of the day. I totally agree. How we get to net profit in the business, understanding that with clarity actually gives us a lot better information to make decisions moving forward with the business and for the business. And what I mean by that is by measuring cost of goods sold accurately, we can understand accurately what our gross margin is or our gross profit is. The same number, whether it's a percentage or a dollar figure you're referring to. So the point that I'd like to make is increases in gross profit, generally speaking, drop straight to the bottom line to the net profit number. So variable costs are cost of goods and fixed costs are our overhead expenses, what comes out underneath that gross profit number. And our fixed expenses don't necessarily have to increase as the variable expenses increase in the business. And that's the reason that, and I can give you examples for your specific business, but that's the reason that gross profit is really the target number to increase in the business. Because when we increase gross profit, that increase drops straight to the bottom line to net profit. So it's the most powerful metric in the business from a cash flow and a profitability standpoint. And we've got a particular way that we guide businesses to increase that gross profit number. Of course, we've got to be fiscally responsible with our overhead. Of course, we've got to be responsible with that number and those expenses. Assuming that's the case, gross profit is the number that will make all the difference in the world in the business's net profit number. So if you'd like to sit down and actually work through that, we are happy to show you what we're talking about and actually look at your numbers and help you understand it more clearly. The reason most accountants don't pay much attention to or invest a whole lot of energy and time in educating you on that and insisting that we get it right and get it figured out is because, generally speaking, most accountants aren't really looking forward from a growth and positioning standpoint in the business. They're primarily concerned about the tax implications of what we're doing. And that is massively important, and it's not the whole story, right? We can't just pay attention to taxes when we're growing our business. There are other aspects of the business to consider along the way. Taxes are a big topic that we need to get figured out, and we do need that professional guidance on what the opportunities are to pay ourselves and compensate ourselves the most wise way possible from a tax standpoint. So if you'd like to learn more about how to set up your gross profit accurately, why that's important for your business, I'm happy to sit down and walk through that with you. We can use the whiteboard if we can meet in person, or we can do it over Zoom. It's really quite straightforward, and I can show you. Once we paint that picture, it will give you perspective and help you make decisions that will absolutely increase your profitability in the business because you'll be looking at things through a different lens, and that's pretty powerful. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Thanks for sticking with me for a few minutes. If you'd like more clarity on that, just reach out and we'll set up some time. Cheers.